Assalamu alaikum. My name's Shahida Rahman and welcome to Book Reviews. My guest today has come all the way from Greece. She's a journalist, producer, radio and TV presenter, and she's the author of her memoir, Josephine, the Black and the White. It was originally published in Greek and then later translated into English, and she's written other books as well. So to tell us more, let me welcome Lily Tsoni.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It's very nice to meet you again and to meet you here.
It's a pleasure to have you. You've come all the way from Greece.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Oh, well, of course, the most of them were taught by you. I stopped doing my program on TV the last 7 years as I tried to publish thoughts that I had written from years. And of course, I never forgot my love for TV. But now I'm involved with books.
You're a talented person. You can do so much.
You know, I like to do many things, so I never get bored.
Okay, and you've written quite a few books I can see here, some in Greek and they've been translated into English.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk us through some of them?
But I would like to tell, of course, the first of all, in English, it is the one that we published together. You are
That's
my
right.
publisher.
That's right.
Well, and Josephine, the Black and the White, that one, it was not later translated into English. I wrote it first in English and had some corrections by Mr. Spardle, an English professor from Canterbury, who she can speak very, very nice, fluently, both English and Greek. She used to live there. And after I made it into Greek.
Into Greek.
Yes. But I published it first because I thought that I had to start with my native language for my people there to see that here I am.
I mean, what made you want to write your memoirs? Is there a particular reason?
Okay, yes, I think there is. There are two reasons, I suppose. The first is that I wanted to start, to make people who don't know me to know some things about me because I was going to write some books later. It was something like introducing myself for myself, something like that.
I see.
And the second reason is that, yes, that era before me and when I was born and a decade later was all these years very important for Greece and for Europe. There are insane things that happened, and a lot of things that happened when my grandfather and grandmother were young, when my father, later when I was born. So some of them were exactly in my life. I lived with them, but some were just told to me by them. So I thought it was nice because it was a very nice period, that period. Although there was the war, I mean, when my ancestors were younger. But yes, it was something charming from that years.
I see. I mean, can you tell me about your book cover? Because that's a really nice book cover. It's showing some fashion.
Maybe you remember something or not.
I'm asking you to tell me.
It is a clever question. Maybe I had taught you something before.
It looks like really old, 1950s sort of fashion.
Exactly, exactly. It is just what my mother and all ladies during this period, I mean in 50s and 60s and half of 70s used to wear in Greece and in Europe. It's something very, very close to the people, their daily life. The first one, you can see that, the pink one. It's exactly a suite that my mother had, but it was in beige. It was not in pink. And there is a person very precious to me. She is Alexandra Christopoulou. She comes from Greece, but her mother is Italian, so she lives in Italy, and she make the pictures for me as exactly as I was telling her to do.
I see.
And she was like making a photograph of them. She was really excellent. And as you were in England, and I was in Greece, of course, we met each other, but there was a distance. The same distance was with her, but the result was also excellent.
I see.
It was my own idea,
Yes,
but
yes.
Alexandra did all the stuff I sent to her. The same happened inside all these pictures.
I see. Now, I was going to ask you, why is it particularly called the black, the white? Is there a reason for that?
It is something that I think I owned from my family, and that I had to tell to everybody, because I think that all we are together, all we are equal. That is the meaning. Of course, I was not writing that book to show that,
Yes,
but in the middle of the book, I had the same chapter there that sent to me something from inside. Oh, this will be the title. Because there was, anyway, there was a mother-in-law who didn't like the black daughter-in-law.
Oh, I see.
So
yes.
finally she loved her so much, and she was something like her angel.
That's lovely.
Yes,
That's a really
and
nice story.
that I speak about that, and I am feeling something because I was like that, and I was
Yes.
listening to that lady telling a lot of bad words to the black girl,
I
and
see.
finally I was also listening to her telling, she's my daughter, and don't tell nobody anything bad for her. I'm her angel.
I see.
So
I see.
everybody is equal with everybody
Of
in
course,
this planet.
yes. I mean, how long did it take you to write the book? Did you have to do much
Oh,
research?
I had written that many years before.
I see.
All my notes were almost more than 10 years since it appeared.
I see. And
But
you've
I
written...
have a lot of things written.
Yes,
I
yes.
just want my time, because I also come, you know, I come very frequently
Yes, yes.
to UK. I go to Cambridge for continuing education,
yes.
classics. So I also am a mother, a wife, I'm all these things.
Yes,
I have my
yes.
animals in Greece, and I have my time to write.
That's
I
good.
write them. Sometimes it is very quick. Sometimes
That's
it
good.
is less quick, but it's going on.
Yes,
There are
that's
many
nice.
things.
Of course. I mean, can you tell me a little bit about your other books?
Well, yes,
They're
of
written
course
in
it
Greek,
is in
aren't they?
Greek, yes.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
this one, that was the first one, and it says, watch out the children because they don't about.
I see.
We have not so many children on the planet, so take care
of
them.
children. Oh,
Yes,
that's
it
a
is
lovely
the
story.
first one.
Yes.
And after it became the second, that includes all about bullying, and the first one. The first book is in general how a small guide how we have to behave for not being rough with our children, even if
Of course, yes.
with children in general. It doesn't matter if they are our own children or they are the neighbors or anybody else's,
Yes.
or I don't know whose
I
children.
see.
Yes.
I see. I mean, how did you promote your books? Did you go out and do readings in
Oh
libraries and
yes,
schools?
yes. There are some things like
Yes.
that, and when they call me, yes, I go. Especially that one for bullying is something that attracted people. There are not
I
many
see.
books. There are almost none about bullying.
I see.
And it also has examples, real examples,
Okay,
from
okay.
children who have suffered or have seen bullying.
That's nice. That's good. It's lovely to hear about your books. And what do you enjoy doing apart from writing? You know, what are your hobbies?
Well, once used to be skiing. I skiing a lot.
Yes.
But
Wonderful.
since I had the second child, I stopped going
stopped,
on the
okay.
mountains, yes, because my son was a little bit sensitive, like a little
Of course,
child.
yes.
He was always with cold, so I stopped that.
That's nice. And can I ask
It
you?
was
Yes.
it was the best for me. But
Okay.
after that, going to the cinema, to the theater, being with a couple of friends, I have many friends, but some of them are more close because our timetables fit.
I see. I see. So can I ask?
I like to
Yeah.
socialize, to
Yes.
go here and there when there is something good to
That's
listen
good.
or to
That's good.
take
That's good.
part.
And who's your favorite
And
author?
traveling, of
Yes,
course.
of course, of
I'm
course.
also making a book now. I'm writing it. It's the second year I'm writing
That's good. That's
about
good.
travels.
Okay. And I just wanted to ask you, who's your favorite author?
Oh, my favorite author,
Yes.
I would not be right if I sent some of them. I'll tell you some names, but there are many.
Just tell
Uh,
me one.
I
Just tell me one.
well, for me that was in my heart since I was very, very young, a little girl. It was Charles Dickens and
Oh,
Hans
yes.
Christian Andersen and Fyodor Mikhailovich Dostoevsky, the Russian. Although I was not very old during Dostoevsky, I
Okay.
read Dostoevsky during one summer, all his books. At the second
Okay.
summer, I read Tolstoy. Um, I like to do
That's
that.
good. That's
You
good.
know, they wanted me to sleep during noons to have a siesta.
Okay.
I didn't like to sleep,
Ah.
so I was doing something like that, reading.
Okay. 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 Well,
But there are many favorites in
yes.
UK.
Yes.
I
Of
also
course.
like
Yes.
Your Last Car.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Yes. And it's lovely to hear about your books and very, very interesting indeed. And, thank you very much for coming on today's show.
Oh, it was a pleasure and a honor for me, Shahida.
Okay. And can you tell me about this book? I can see
Oh,
it's in Greek.
yes, yes, it is the most recent one.
Yes. It's a Christmas book, isn't it?
Yes, it is a Christmas book
Yes.
and it is very beautiful. Everybody says that
It's a
they
lovely
like
cover.
it. Yes,
Yes.
it is full of color of Christmas. So,
Is it a
this,
story or a children's
well,
story?
it is the adventure of a little boy in central Paris.
I see.
Yes, he left his house although he was not older than 10 or 12 years old. He wanted to live alone, get money from working, and come back rich at his home. But he did not know in which kind of adventure he was going
I
to
see.
be.
That's a lovely
Anyway,
story.
it's a
Yes.
very nice book where trolls and Christmas spirits and fairies are going to help him and come back home. And although it seems to be, it is not limited to children. First of all,
It's for
it is
adults
not,
as well.
yes, because its themes are transcend age.
I see. I
And
see.
although it seems culturally embedded, the West's collective consciousness, it also, with the themes that has, is embedded nationality. So it can easily be read by everybody, no matter their religion. And it
That's a
is
lovely
the
story.
Knights
Yes.
of the Toys and the Christmas Troll.
What a
That
lovely
is.
story. So, well, thank you very much, Lily. Thank you for coming on today's show.
The pleasure is
And
mine.
it's wonderful to hear about your books.
Thank you.
So let me end the show with an inspirational writing quote. I suppose with any good writing and interesting characters, you can have that awfully overused word, the journey. And that was written by Alan Rickman. So thank you for watching today's show. Until next time, goodbye.